And away we go. It's just me at the moment. Eric said he'll be joining. Perfect timing. You just joined. No, never mind.
Yes,
I
I
thought
am here. You hear me?
I thought yeah, I can hear you. I thought you were Eric joining as okay. Yeah, that just took me by surprise.
Okay. So something's happened today.
What would that be?
100,000. They got exposed to lying. Right. So Labour got exposed for literally having this secret program where they're importing massive people from Afghanistan. Mainly, supposedly, people that were turncoats and betrayed their own citizens to help the British. My question is, though, why would we want turncoats in our nation?
That's the question not even I know the answer to.
Yeah.
And I know so much, apparently. Even I don't
Yeah.
want to. Yeah.
And they're also hoping. I think the Labour's also hoping there's riots so they can put in more draconian measures against us.
It's like giving it's like it's like doing something so there's a justified reason for people in
Yes.
power to implement something.
Yes. They want to. They want no trials. They want to be able to lock us up in camps, and they want to basically they want to initiate martial law. That's what he wants. But yes, things are changing in this country.
They sure are.
Not for the better.
Oh, no,
So how
absolutely
does
not.
it end for us? Does this get fixed?
Not, 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 not. They're not just gonna help us, or at least fix what we say the problem is. It's in our hands to fix the problem ourselves.
But if we ever attempt to fix the problem ourselves, we'll be listed as traitors.
So,
And they would go hard on us. And we are defenseless. We have no weapons. I'm going to say some things that people will some might not want to hear.
here we go.
Britain used to be a nation where we were respected. We used to punch above our own weight. We used to be the country of the Magna Carta. We were the nation that helped birth the United States of America. Some might say that's a good thing. Some might say that's a bad thing. We are the nation that helped birth little old Canada. Some might say that's a good thing. Some might say that's a bad thing. We are the nation that helped birth most of the modern Middle Eastern countries. Some might say that's a good thing. Some might say that's a bad thing. UK has been many things. It has been an empire, it has been a kingdom, it has been a duchy, and it has been a landmass. We were once part of the Roman Empire, and before that we were part of the Norman Empire. The Norman Kingdom of Normandy. We've had our squabbles with the French. We've fought wars. We've killed some of their men. They killed some of ours. But I would like to say I don't take pride in seeing France get destroyed the way it's being destroyed. I don't take pride in seeing the West fall as it is. We have let foreigners in that do not share our values, and they have weaponized our own governments against us. So every time we criticize these practices that they are doing, we get labeled racist, misogynist, bigot, to the point where we can't even fight back. The country needs a reset, and I don't mean a great reset. I think the country needs something new. I think we need to scrap the monarchy. I think we need to get rid of every bastard politician that's in this country that is the BM. It's been elected, and we need to wait. That the thing is, we've elected a bunch too many traitors. But yeah. So what else is there?
There was something. James Webb Space Telescope marks anniversary with cat's paw nebula image.
I think I'm going to be voting Tory next election. I don't want to back reform. I don't want to give reform my vote, and I do not want to back that party because I don't believe they're going to actually truly do anything in Britain's best interests, and I don't want to empower Muslims in this country. But I'm not going to not cast my ballot. I'm going to cast it. I doubt the Tories would be any better, but I don't think I can't, in good conscience, vote reform. But I know my vote won't mean a difference, and I think a lot of Tories will probably think the same thing. Who knows? But yeah, what else is there?
The James Webb Space Telescope celebrated its third scientific anniversary by releasing a detailed image of the Cat's Paw Nebula located in Scorched, about 4,000 light-years away. Deployed to study the cosmos in exceptional detail through infrared observation, the Webb telescope maintained a stable position at the Sun-Earth Lagrange point 2, approximately 1.5 million kilometers away from our planet. Well, it's something.
Yes.
But over time, I don't think many people are going to buy this stuff anymore.
By what?
Like, could we even go into outer space? Can we leave planet Earth and colonize other planets?
Can't. Possibly could if we really wanted to, but again, what's the rush? We've barely conquered all the fucking. We've still got so much landmass. We could build so much more. But yeah,
Japan calls China's military activity its biggest strategic challenge.
China needs to get piped down.
On Tuesday, Japan's defense ministry cautioned that China's rapid acceleration of military activity from its southwestern coast to the Pacific poses the biggest strategic challenge, the ministry said. Off southwestern Japan, Chinese warship passages have tripled in the past 3 years, the annual report said, highlighting increased regional military activity. Amid regional strains, Taiwan launched 10-day exercises last week, while reports said North
Libs are not gonna like this.
North Korea poses an increasingly serious and imminent threat to Japan's security.
So I don't think North Korea. I would be more concerned about China. I don't think North Korea poses any threat, but I would still be concerned about them.
Yeah.
Starbucks to take aim at remote work says some employees may need to relocate to its headquarters. Well,
How is that going to work? Like, how are they going to get customers if most of their work is going to be based in corporate offices, or is it different ways of
it's
classifying
the
workers?
office workers, mate.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's the fucking senior executive management. It's the people, mainly HR fucking wussies that do nothing, and probably people that freaking do the acquisition of land for purchases of Starbucks stores, or the ones that actually manage the lease agreements and the franchisee documents.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Yeah, supposedly we're now paying. Supposedly now the UK government is now going to be giving out tax incentives to any fucker that wants to buy an electric vehicle. The UK. But the thing is, nobody wants them.
And they never will.
They never will, because the very young, a lot of people caught on. That is digital slavery. Restricts your movement.
And the amount of power it takes to generate the electricity to then power the electric-powered cars.
BlackRock assets hit 12 trillion. Amazon-backed Anthropic launches financial services platform as part of expansion effort. NatWest to exit stake in Irish bank PTS.
Atlanta police secure arrest warrants in theft of unreleased Beyonce music drives. In early July 2025, law enforcement in Atlanta responded to a vehicle break-in at Krog Street Market, where 2 suitcases containing unreleased Beyonce tracks and tour materials were taken from a Jeep Wagoneer. The theft occurred after Beyonce's choreographer and dancer parked the vehicle around 10 past 8 p.m. and returned an hour later to find the back window smashed and suitcases missing.
Seems that Greg's hype is dying down.
Yeah. If this is all we hear, if this is all we're hearing regarding Beyonce or anything related to Beyonce, imagine what's going to happen in the next few years. She's going to keep going.
No, because it's irrelevant. Nobody gives a fuck. People that will listen to her probably are dying out. Like, let's be real here. Like, what? How old is she? Like 50?
I don't think she's that old. Although it may not, although may not be out of the question if she is.
43.
Yeah,
She's getting up
thought,
there. She's getting
yeah.
up there. Same with James. I'm wouldn't be surprised if Jay-Z's actually. Yeah, I thought he was 50. Oh my god, he's 1969. That's when he was born.
Wow, yeah.
Beyonce was only 1981.
That is wild.
But the thing is, though, they're getting old. So, like, they're not going to be able to appeal to Gen Z anymore or Gen Alpha. They're going to be viewed as like freaking. As much as people used to view Katy Perry as big, right? But she
Yeah.
only appeals to freaking ancient cultures now and other people. Her audience is aged. So what else is there?
JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon warns of significant risks to U.S. economy from Trump tariffs.
What risk?
Let's see what it says in one of the reports.
Nobody's buying cars.
Dimon said Jamie Dimon has warned that President Donald Trump's trade policies could pose significant risks to the U.S. economy. He gave out this statement even as the bank posted strong second quarter results. In a statement released Tuesday, Dimon stated that the economy.
If I were Trump, I wouldn't be pushing Japan anymore, if I'm being honest. I would not push Japan anymore with tariffs if I were Trump. Let's just say this: I think Japan's willing to deal with what give them invest in their country. I would not be looking to tariff Japan anymore, because seriously, I do think that they are not exactly happy with the tariffs, but they'll get over it. But if they go too hard on poor little Japan, a very important country in the Asia Pacific region, I think it would be retarded and stupid. I also think it's dumb the way he's been acting about Epstein recently. Trump, we know that you are involved. We know for a fact Epstein's a child molester. There's fucking footage. There's videos. There's all the clips in the world. You cannot lie and say that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't a pedophile.
A lot of people know
So
that
you're going
by
to tell
now.
me that? So you're going to tell me the man from Wex, the Victoria's Secret CEO, right? We're not going to talk about him. And we're not going to talk about the Wexler Group. And we're not going to talk about fricking Eddie Barak, the former PM of Israel, having ties to Epstein. Are we not going to talk about the former Mossad guys, retired Mossad guys, having links to Epstein? Are we not going to talk about the links between Maxwell and Maxwell in Israel? The Maxwell family in Israel. Remember correctly, Maxwell, the father, had ties to Israel simply because he helped squander nuclear uranium to Israel to help them build nukes. That's one of the real reasons how they got uranium, because it was through him and Clinton. But yeah, do you think any of those people will go down?
Not yet.
Do you think we'll see Clinton or any of these people go down?
Not for a very long while. The truth will come out eventually, but it's going to take longer
When
than
they're
we
all
want
dead.
it to happen.
When they're
Yes.
all dead and can't
Most
serve any
likely when they're
prison
all
time.
dead. Yeah.
Anything else?
Uber partners with China's Baidu to deploy self-driving taxis in international markets. On July 15th, 2025, Uber and Baidu announced a multi-year collaboration to integrate Baidu's fleet of driverless Apollo Go vehicles into Uber's ride-hailing services.
Baidu.
Yes, Baidu. In several regions beyond the United States and mainland China.
Trump should heavily censor that. Baidu's a Chinese company. I don't want that data going back to the CCP. This deal should not have been allowed to happen. Uber should not be allowed to do this deal.
Yes, they've done it anyway.
This puts British citizens, American citizens, and multiple different citizens of multiple different countries at risk. Uber needs to be fucking scrutinized on this, and this deal that they've got with Baidu needs to be fucking repealed. That's a deal that should never have been played. That's a national security risk.
Shouldn't have happened to begin with.
Yes. You're telling you want to integrate Uber, a company that's synonymous with the West, with a company that's owned directly by the CCP.
That is a massive red flag.
Yes. I'm going to tell you the truth, Jamie. Any company that's public in China, in Hong Kong, or Shanghai has CCP money in it. They own all their companies. They have stakes in everything. From Alibaba to Tencent.
Because who else would be running these companies anyway?
And most likely they've got someone on the board of a CCP board member in all their companies.
Yes.
That deal should have never happened. And I'd be very reluctant to allowing many companies to sell to China. Personally, I would like to see China fall. I still think we'll see it. Can I ask you something? Do you think Reform UK are claiming they'll ban migrants from claiming any form of benefits? Do you believe they'll honestly do that? No. Nobody believes that. I doubt even my father and his wife believe that. And they're conservative. I doubt any of the people I know would believe that. I don't trust them. He's flipped off. Reform to me looked too more left-leaning. So what else is there?
5 social media influencers, including Samay Rayner, appeared before Supreme Court over remarks ridiculing disabled.
Who, Angela Rayner?
Oh, no, not Angela Rayner. On Tuesday, popular comedian and YouTuber Samay Rayner appeared before the NCW in connection with the controversy surrounding the offensive content allegedly disrespecting women.
Was this in the UK?
Oh, this is apparently in New Delhi, it says.
Well, they did frickin' just elect did probably elect some fucking loser leftists as their PM. That's what they get anyway. I don't remember. Last time I checked, I don't remember in India being Indians or India being pussies. Do you? Last time I checked, I don't remember them being pussies. Like saying how it fucking is. Like last time I remember, I don't remember them having shit like this where they couldn't make fucking jokes about women at women's expense. Is what I thought. I honestly thought that India was one of the last countries that still had masculinity. Am I wrong?
The thing is, the reason why we've seen stories like this is because at a
They want to
point,
destroy masculinity, even in 70 million in taxpayers' cash to support a Singapore green energy project. Singapore does not need our money. I've personally visited Singapore on holiday. They're a very, very fucking wealthy nation. I'll
very
tell
wealthy,
you that,
yes. A
Jamie.
load
I've
of
been
moolah.
there. I've visited them. I've been in the airports, I've been in the hotels. I've visited Singapore. It's a very wealthy nation. They do not need our money. They do not need our money. They do not want our money. They are a self-restraining nation. To be honest, I think this is a fucking disrespect to Singapore. They're a wealthy nation. They don't need our money. I don't see how this will generate money for us.
Heat waves in Spain caused 1,180 deaths in the past 2 months, ministry says. Spain's Environment Ministry reported that between May 16th and July 13th, 1,180 people died due to heat-related causes across the country. This rise
Go ahead.
followed unprecedented temperature increases, with 70 red alerts issued compared to 0 last year, marking an event of exceptional intensity.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It's a fucking sunny day. Get a grip, you fucking... It is freaking a sunny day. Enjoy it. We don't get many of them in the bloody UK. Enjoy them. It's nothing bad. God, these freaking psychopaths that think, oh, it's climate change. No, it's just a fucking warm sunny day. Fucking take it for it is, you fucking wet wipe. Jesus. God. The fact is, there's so many people like this that believe, oh, it's climate change. No, it's not. It's just a fucking sunny day. If you're not working, you're on a day off, enjoy the fucking tan. Go out to the beach, spend time with your family, smoke up some fucking good sausages and burgers, and enjoy your fucking weekend.
There have
There's
been
nothing
days
bad about it.
there have been days much hotter than it was
But yes.
today. So why now
Yes.
are people complaining? At least it's not 40 degrees Celsius where it was. That would have been a
Exactly.
disaster.
It's clear to me at this point the large portion of the population is some kind of trans. I said they're not in a trance. We aren't in a trance. We are concerned if we act will make things worse. I think there's a lot of people that think that the country is wrong and something needs to be done, but they're concerned if they act, they'll basically bring on more tyranny on themselves. That's why. I also don't get why they're so why the BBC's obsessed with these two fucking lads that cut down a bastard tree. Yeah, they don't give a fuck about the people about the fucking pedos that fucking rape women, or the fucking cunts that fucking bet up two women in a fucking Manchester airport. Yet they're still pleading like they're innocent when you can clearly see that something happened to the woman and they got fucking bruised eye. There's clearly two-tier justice in this country. What else is there?
The Sun closes its Optama plant in Japan to cut costs.
My God. It's like there's a coordinated attack against Robert Jenrick, right? What else is there?
Nissan is closing its flagship Optama plant in Japan and moving all production to its Kyushu plant to cut costs. The Optama plant, which began operations in 1961, produced Nissan's least electric car and currently produces the Note compact car. Nissan reported a loss of 670.9 billion yen, $4.5 billion, for the fiscal year through March.
Which
down
company was
from
this? BYD?
Nissan.
Well, thank God I have no shares in this one. Labour scrap ban on teaching pupils under the age of 9 sex education. That's right. The Labour Party could be fixing the country. Instead, they're changing this because they're sick. What is wrong with them? Let kids be kids. The guy, you got a picture of the guy fucking smiling like a fucking nonce. Don't get me wrong, I do think Starmer's probably one of them. So what else is there?
I'm just checking. Standard Chartered launches crypto trading for clients.
Who does?
Standard Charter.
So have you bought any new stocks recently?
No, I haven't bought anything else recently.
I'm not so sure of Trump. I'm not 100%. Don't get me wrong. I don't think we're ever going to get the information on Epstein, right? Everything's really on Epstein, right? But I sure to hope, and fucking God, Republicans aren't that fucking retarded to vote in fucking people, to not vote in the elections. Because fucking hell, they really need to fucking be on their ball because they've got a fucking new governor. They've got a woman potentially running from governor, right? She moved from California, and she's a Democrat, and she looks and sounds like a very, very liberal person.
Why wouldn't she?
She's running to be the next Texas governor in the primaries. Then you got this freaking Mandani guy. And then you got this other guy in like freaking Indianapolis. I think it was Indianapolis, or I think it was Minneapolis. Who is trying to run on the same platform as Mandani. If the Republicans do not fucking oust these cunts and stop idiots like these guys from running for power, the country, America, will be fucked. Billionaires are fleeing the UK and wealth tax can make more quit. Reeves must put an end to wealth tax rumours now. Maybe this will do the damage before the next budget. Is our Chancellor totally inept? Yes, she is not qualified for the role. She has no qualifications to be Chancellor of the Exchequer. She has not run anything. She has not run a business. She has not run anything. So what else is there?
There was a video I've sent in the chat.
Okay. Who's more likely to destroy Britain? Keir Starmer or Vladimir Putin? Oh yeah, that video about the two French women basically telling her, why did you come here? There's multiple different Muslim countries. The EU is heavily trying to push for digital ID.
Of course, yeah. They say it's for convenience, but really, deep down, there's some hidden price to it. It comes at a cost of surveillance and limitations on how we control our
Not to
funds and our way of
mention
life.
restrictions on how much food we can consume, or what types of food we can consume. It's all digital slavery.
This is a problem why we rely too much on technology, because you never know if it gets cut off. What you're gonna do now? How are you gonna go? How are you gonna live life without having a digital ID or a digital wallet, or even your phones or iPads?
Good point.
Maybe grow your own food in your back garden. So, if in case you don't want to go to the supermarket, at least you have something in your back garden you can eat. Surely it's untampered with and nothing, any other components are added into the food that you grow yourself.
100 and 150 Afghan. How many of them do you think could be very big? How many of them do you think could be very, very, very extreme migrants? And how much do you want to bet most of them are Islamic?
I'm guessing at least, this is the bare minimum, 2/3.
You already got a fucking army of about 10 million, mate. What's the population of Bradford? Can you take a look?
Yes, I've got to look at Google Earth.
Definitely more than 552,000. I would say it's more close to 800k.
Population of Bradford, 539,776.
Big population.
It is, yes.
How much am I? Is it bad for me to say that but before they might have the people they might have actually been able to freaking convince the people to vote for reform instead, but instead of freaking Labour next election, because quite frankly, I mean the boat migrants, simply because they believe that reform will serve their interests better than Labour. And the fact of like pushing more for mass immigration than
No, it's not. It's actually very true. I think how reform are going about tackling immigration, that's the reason why there are a handful of people wanting to vote for reform. And that is the standout
but
for
they
them.
have no interest in doing any of that immigration. That's the fact thing. It's just a way to freaking sight guy to get into power, and I think he's more of a he's going to be more liberal than Stormer.
They won't know that until it's too late. Until the next general election happens and reform get a majority in government. A few months in, people realize, oh my
And then
gosh,
that's how they push back their Islam. Well, a part of it's fully that Islam fully controls the Muslims. Why else do you think that man's there? He's not in there for fucking nothing. He wants to push Islam. He doesn't give a fuck about the working class person.
he may not be reform's chairman anymore, but he's still a member of reform.
And also, quite frankly, he's probably playing a go. His Muslim friends are probably playing along with him because they know what's happening. They work as a team. They know he's really a liberal, right? But he's using news and reform as a way to freaking goat freaking retarded conservatives or dumbass conservatives that think that he's Farage is the answer, but he's not. Anything else?
A Senate vote this week will test the popularity of Doge spending cuts.
Any updates on Elon's American Party?
I will check. We'll check that soon. This week, Senate Republicans will test the vote on President Donald Trump's $9.4 billion recession request targeting public media and foreign aid, using a mechanism created under Nixon. The Trump administration employs a process established under President Richard Nixon that triggers a 45-day freeze clock with no attribution.
Vote for an American Party so we'll turn America into India or Pakistan. It's basically Musk, ain't it?
Anything is possible these days.
I've got an exciting announcement about my political future, Trump 2028. None of us want him. I don't think people want Trump for the president's 2028. Can I ask you something? If Trump were to pretend to be a woman, would he be able to run for president?
That's a good question.
Because it wasn't. It would be.
That's a completely different ball game.
Yeah, it's a really ball game. Like, you'll say, well, I decided, I hate to say it, guys. I'm coming out as a transgender.
Oh yeah, a
I
lot
hate
of
to
people
say
will lose
I've
their minds
secretly
over
been
that.
a woman for the last 50 to 70 years. Is Trump maybe playing it close to the ear and he's going to reveal the stuff at a certain time, or is he literally?
Only when the time is right, in their favor. Ivory Coast farmers hope tech tempts jaded youth blacks to fields. An agricultural forum for African startups took place in Abidjan at the beginning of July to highlight farm technology advances. This event emerged amid concerns that Ivorian farming risks dying out without adopting modern technologies despite youth enthusiasm. New tools like drones dispensing liquids and robots for farm automation are increasingly used, reducing labor from 2 days to 10 minutes per hectare. A pesticide spraying drone costs about $16,000, 9 times the average farmer's 6-month income, limiting broad mechanization as less than 30% of farms are mechanized. The forum and rising agri-tech startups aim to revive farming by providing local technology, training, and digital platforms linking producers with consumers.
This is the take from some freaking bastard that's never actually worked a real job. Ben Shapiro. No one in the United States should be retiring at 65 years old. Frankly, I think retirement itself is a stupid idea unless you have some sort of health. And the post above it, this sounds reasonable if you're sitting behind a mic for a living and actually not doing a real job. If you're been roofing or plumbing or throwing freight since you were 18, the argument here sounds insane. And of course, it's coming from a Jew. And as a Jew, I think he's a scumbag. He's a Zionist. But anything else?
Erotic Roman-era mosaic stolen in World War II returns to Pompeii.
Whereabout is Pompeii?
My guess, somewhere in Italy.
I always thought that might have been some part of, like, freaking South America.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, Pompeii in Naples, Italy.
Even the unions are freaking betrayed. Even the unions are basically turning on Labour. Unite for One is turning on sacked Angela Rayner from her board position on the Unite Union.
How the tables have turned, or how the turns tabled. I find that very surprising. I never thought it would come down to this, but here we are. Plan to fence off Anamio, BC.
Do all roads lead to Saudi Arabia?
No, all roads lead to Rome. And it's not just history talking. Like, agriculture, infrastructure, and transportation planning says it all. You could take any road that's well paved, it will somehow lead to Rome. Plans to fence off Naniamo, British Columbia City Hall to protect from overdose site disorder. The Namio, British Columbia is planning to install a $412,000 wrought iron fence measuring 1.8 meters tall at City Hall to enhance staff safety in response to increased disturbance linked to an overdose prevention site that was moved nearby in December 2022.
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
Yep, sorry. Yep, sorry.
Not much.
I was at work and I had to come back and walk all three of my dogs because no one else is here. So, that was my
Okay.
day. But anyways, what are we talking about?
721 BC, Assyria destroyed the northern kingdom of Israel.
Oh, wow.
10 tribes were exiled to what is now Iran and Afghanistan. The Bible says they were taken beyond the river Gozan. That's what most scholars thought, but history doesn't.
It's pretty interesting.
The Bible never claimed the tribes disappeared. It says they multiplied. Hosea as the sand to the sea. Genesis 49 gives details to the tribal prophecies in the later days. They weren't erased, they were transformed. Josephus, writing in the 1st century, said the tribes were still alive, living beyond the Euphrates in huge numbers, an immense multitude. 800 years after exile, they hadn't vanished, they had simply moved beyond the reach of the Rome and money. So what is near Rome and money? So that would be France, Germany, Spain, Britain.
Pretty much they're France.
So basically Western Europe and Eastern Europe.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I would assume that most of them didn't disappear. They just simply evolved. Most people probably don't even know that they're part of that tribe.
Now look at the Parthian Empire, 250 BC to 227 AD, Rome's biggest rival. Same region, same time frame, same tribal structure, same priestly authority, and some of its cities were named Ishachar or Naphtali or Zabulon. Sound Jewish?
I'm not gonna lie. Even in New York, there's some places that have biblical.
Now look at the Parthian Empire, 250 BC to 227 AD, Rome's biggest rival. Same religion, same time frame, same tribal structure, same priestly authority, and some of its cities were. Parthia didn't rule like Rome. It had councils of elders, hereditary high priest, tribal autonomy. It sounds familiar. It kind of sounds like the Holy Roman Empire, because realistically, remember there were tons of clergy, right, in the Holy Roman Empire. Then migrants began when Parthia fell. People didn't disappear, they moved west. Through the Caucasus, into Scythia and Sarmatia, then poured into Europe as Goths, Saxons, and Vandals. The Saxons, their kings traced lineage to Isaac. So what else is there? And they're even saying there's basically links to Japan having, and Shinto, and in certain areas in Japan having Jewish traditions. Not really Jews, but having similar lost.
Everything seems to be influenced by, Jewish tradition.
A lot of stuff. They have a lot of play. Let's be real here. A lot of trumpet. Didn't it say in the Bible, certain amount of tribes would become Gentiles, would lose their forgotten tribes of Israel, but lost their religion.
I'm pretty sure Gentiles are just non-Jewish people.
Yes, but these people were Jews, and then they didn't become Jews because they lost their identity over time. I think there's a part, wasn't there a prophecy where basically their people that were lied to or betrayed would come back, learning their identity and who they are. I think it's somewhere in the Bible, but I don't know which bit.
I'd have to keep reading to find out, see if that.
I think it's in some of the later chapters. Fact is, religion plays a lot of parts. There's even certain parts that mention Britain and America. In the line, 2 families, 2 nations, 2 countries, 2 kingdoms. Ezekiel 45:10.
You know what I realized though? Even some people like name their children like Jewish names with people and for people who think that those names are like white names. Like even people like name their children like Jewish names as well, without realizing that they are Jewish. But it is what it is.
Was what it was.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, a name's a name. Who cares?
5
But
EU
yeah,
states
you
to
look.
test age verification to protect children.
That's not about protecting children, my friends. That's about censoring and limiting information to young people that might honestly might be able to learn, get fit, and understand that they've been lied to all their lives.
Well, yeah.
Trump's clearly doing damage.
Why? Because he's getting called out for dismissing the Epstein thing.
Yes, he's getting called out for it, rightfully so.
I mean, yeah.
If he loses the fucking midterms because of him fucking up, this is on him.
That's true. I mean, hey,
It's on him.
Hey, but people voted for him. I didn't. I didn't vote for any. But I knew that.
You knew for a fact that you'd be played on both sides. I voted for him simply because I just couldn't stand to see that bitch win.
I don't think she was gonna win. I don't think she was gonna win regardless. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm glad you fucking thought so, because I actually wasn't so sure. Because I did think there were a bunch of dumb idiots that would have voted for her, but I wasn't sure how many.
Well, I think they would have voted for her off the premise that she's a woman. Nothing else. The first woman president, yeah. Then when she's terrible, they complain.
Yes. I'm sorry. There will be a woman president at some point in time.
That's definitely.
But not when the country is in that much of a fucking financial shit show of a state.
Yeah.
There'll be a woman that'll be a president at some point in time when the country's actually back on. And I can guarantee you, it won't be a Democrat.
Yeah. Also, this woman is gonna have some masculine traits too if she wants to win the trust of the people. I'm just gonna be.
I think Tulsi Gabbard's probably their best bet, or Christine Ohm, one of those two.
Look, I think if you want to win a dude's trust, she has to have like masculine traits. She can't be like a woman's woman. If a woman wants to run for that, if the woman wants to put that pressure on herself, she has to be.
This new potential woman that's looking to run for governor of Texas is looking to frickin' ban abortions. No, is looking to actually legalize abortions.
Good.
That's not a good thing. Women shouldn't be. Abortions are not legalizing abortions. Is not a good thing.
Oh, so I thought you said ban. I thought you said ban abortion.
But no, she's pro abortions.
Okay, yeah.
She's also pro basically taking away fricking certain types of fricking government subsidies or government systems for newly born parents as well, which I think is a bit scummy.
I'm not gonna lie.
Mainly, she wants to put that money towards fricking Planned Parenthood locations.
Only people knew the truth about this type of stuff.
Well, there's a lot of people that know the truth. A lot of people know for a fact they're literally. Democrat policies don't fucking work. The thing with New York is it's a nice place, but it's being run by fucking morons.
Oh yeah, New York is definitely a nice place to visit.
It's a nice place, but it's being run by idiots. I don't know how to fucking manage it. Wouldn't be able to manage a local fucking McDonald's, let alone a fucking cunt. I think the best bit for New York, I think the best thing would be best. What would be best in New York as a state's interest would be to split New York City off and fucking let the fucking rural parts of New York and other upstate New York try and freaking fix things themselves. We can take Manhattan with them as well, but
even the small towns in New York too. Maybe they should be independent as well.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. New York, I was thinking of a small town to stay in.
The thing is, though, there's so many other options, right?
But
If that liberal idiot gets in Texas, the plans that are in place by those Republican men will be fucking shattered.
I'm not
The
gonna hold.
plans to fucking replace New York as a fucking massive economic hub will be fucking shattered if that bitch gets in.
Well, we don't have any good options.
Well, supposedly a red beret, a guy that's based a former veteran that's looking to run in Texas as a governor. As for the Republican side, he was a red beret, a bit old, but he's looking to run. Served in the military.
Hopefully he. Well, I wish him the best of luck. I hope he wins.
I hope he wins. Compared to that freaking, I hope that Mandani guy doesn't get into New York because he's just gonna kill that state. And if that liberal idiot gets into freaking Texas, the
But once
country
again,
will be fucked.
just like I said, we really don't have any good options for you.
No, you don't have many good options for New York. My view, I'd pick Eric Adams over that git. At least you know what you've got with him. And I know he was shit, but at least I do think he was trying to turn the state around. And I think he would probably work with the Trump administration more than that guy. That guy's just going to be a pain in the arse. And it does look like they're trying to primary a lot of the freaking Democrats.
I would hope that if he actually wants to defund the police, I hope it's not successful.
Like, how does defunding the police help anybody apart from fucking create more crime?
Doesn't help anybody.
It doesn't help anyone. Like, they've tried this in multiple different states.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. They tried it in California. California's just went to hell. Basket. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
The
New
thing
York-
is, though, like, literally, the people that the Democrats want to put in, they have no national appeal. AOC has no national appeal. Mandani has no national appeal. You'll have maybe some national appeal to some fucking very, very small minorities. He's not going to be able to win over swing state voters. Men like him wouldn't be able to win over them. He's not going to win over people that are. He's not going to be able to win over people that are pro-capitalist. Who knows? We'll see. We've got an election. When's our next big elections? 2026 or something like that?
The UK general election.
No, I think the Scottish local elections where a lot of our MSPs flip. I think that's next 2020.
I wouldn't know.
Didn't Wales have one where, or maybe it's 2027, but I'm pretty sure Wales has got a massive thing coming.
Yeah, the Welsh Senate election is in 2026, in the summer.
The Scotland's elections in 2027.
So what else in the news?
I just saw something. Meta target spam removes 10 million Facebook impersonator profiles.
Why would 10 million people impersonate? You know, that's a dumb question. I know. Anyways, yeah, carry on.
Meta removed around 10 million Facebook profiles in early 2025 for impersonating well-known content creators. The action is a part of a broader initiative to limit spam and prioritize original content in the feed. Accounts that reportedly post unoriginal content without permission or meaningful edits now face reduced distribution and restricted monetization. Meta says it is also testing tools like link duplicated posts back to the original creators. Meta plans to activate its first AI supercluster, Prometheus, in 2026. CEO Mark Zuckerberg says the company is investing hundreds of billions in computer systems, including a scalable platform called Hyperion. Okay.
Interesting. Well, I mean, it's a good thing that they're removing all those accounts. I don't know why. Actually, no. Once again, stupid thing to say. I know exactly why people would impersonate. That's to scam other people, or just to make money, or just their likeness.
2027, yeah, is when we've got new elections.
Gotcha. Who do you got? Who do you got for 2027?
For what? For the. Well, it's only local MSP elections. It's not general elections. It's only MSP. It's basically just electing. It's basically your midterms, effectively.
Gotcha.
So when do you think Kemi's going to get replaced, Jamie?
Kemi Badenoch.
Yes.
As of this recording, she'll have certainly less than a year left before the next Tory leader is to be elected. I think the next leader to be replaced amongst UK political parties will be the Tories.
You don't think Labour as well? You don't think Starmer's getting replaced? I don't think he's going to make it into the next election.
Labour, I think there will come a point where Keir Starmer may not be the leader of Labour, but that won't happen until the Tories replace their current leader. That's how uncertain I am about who's the next leader to be replaced. It'll be the Tories, and then it will be Labour.
Who do you think would be for the Tories?
Cleverly, Jenrick, those are the two I think is most likely to be the next Tory leader.
I would take Jenrick. I think he should have been the one that fucking got instead of gotten that putting her in. I think Jenrick would have been the guy. I think if you were to go with Jenrick, I think you would have been more competitive against frickin' Reform. Because I actually think Jenrick was more competitive than her. Have Suella be his frickin' deputy PM or something like that, or have him be the role that Angela Rayner holds, deputy party leader or something like that. Do you think some of the old Tories will actually try and run again?
Yeah, of course they will.
Like Jacob Rees-Mogg, do you think he's done, or do you think he's running again?
Well, he hasn't said what he's wanted to do next, but I think if he wants to run again, he will suddenly run again. But otherwise, he's got his own series going on, looking at his family, and yeah, I think that's the last time I've heard about him. Like, there's currently a series on a streaming service looking at him and his family.
Well, that sounds nice and cozy now, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Basically in a nice mansion with his little top hat. Like a British aristocrat.
You know what? Do people
An
even,
old world British aristocrat.
other than Jewish people, do people even wear top hats anymore?
Sometimes you used to see Jacob Rees-Mogg wear one, but he did it out of fun. He was a good MP. It's a shame they fucking sacked him. He's a good guy. He was one of the good ones. I hope we see Truss take her. I hope Truss re-enters politics. What do you think the chance that Boris re-enters politics as his days gone?
As it stands now, I don't think he shows any other interest to getting back into politics. But if he does want to get back into it, well, I think it depends on.
Is Sunak still running in the next 2026 or 2027, or is he gone?
No, Sunak's definitely done. He's really wanting to go to America and just settle down.
Yeah, because he realised his country's going to shit.
He's already got his bank. He could just relax and do whatever he wants for who knows how long he has to live.
Still young, so he's probably got a long time. Who knows? Maybe if he gets American citizenship, maybe he can take a crack at being a senator or a governor.
Maybe, but for now he's just enjoying life.
What is wrong with this man?
What man?
He said I'm the president that's anti-war.
Who said
Why
that?
are you sending tomahawks to fucking Ukraine?
Wait, who said this?
It's just a post, but breaking. Considering giving Ukraine tomahawks for potential strikes, it wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know why you'd want to give that, though.
Speaking of which, wait, hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong. Trump hasn't started a war yet.
No, but I don't think bombing Iran was actually a good fucking start, do you? And him umping up threats to Russia, I don't think helping either.
Actually,
and him pissing off fucking the Canadians, and pissing off the Japanese, and him pissing off Europe is not helping either.
You know what? I'll be honest. Before Trump became president again, that was probably the only upside he had, is that he didn't do any of that. Now he's doing that stuff.
I was wanting Trump in because I was hoping he'd be better. Don't get me wrong, I still think he would be better than the alternative. Can you see the amount of fucking money laundering that bitch would have fucking committed? I can just think of it. Can you imagine the amount of fucking missiles that woman would send to Ukraine?
Now that we know
fucking people that be coming through that border illegally.
Now that we know what we know now, I don't think any president is going to be as good. There's always.
I knew they weren't going to. Eric, I knew for a fact. I've known for a while that America's controlled by Jews. I've known it for a while. I've known it for a long, long time. And it's Jews that control your country, right? But realistically, right, who do you think those Jews answer to? We're the ones that created Israel, and you obey Israel. I'm sure there's British influence there. Does Britain have influence over Israel?
What happened?
I wonder if Britain still does have influence over Israel.
Probably not.
Probably still do. What else is there?
I think that's us. Peace.